Donald Trump speaks out after Sidney Powell flips Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis' investigation into the former president's alleged attempts to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in Georgia has led to Trump's former attorneys Powell and Kenneth Chesebro to plead guilty. Powell, who was one of 18 people indicted alongside Trump, pleaded guilty to 6 misdemeanor counts of conspiracy to commit intentional interference with the performance of election duties on Thursday. As part of a plea deal, Powell agreed to hand over documents and testify against the other defendants in their trial, including Trump. Powell was also sentenced to 6 years probation and was made to pay a $6,000 fine and $2,700 in restitution to Georgia. Trump, meanwhile, maintains his innocence in the case and pleaded not guilty. In a post to Truth Social, Trump seemingly defends Powell, who has frequently repeated unfounded claims that the 2020 election was stolen via widespread voter fraud. Sidney Powell was one of millions and millions of people who thought, and in ever-increasing numbers still think, correctly, that the 2020 presidential election was rigged and stolen, and our country is being absolutely destroyed because of it. The former president wrote on his social media platform, "Time equals 400 ms. greater than." In his post, Trump continued by taking aim at news reports, while also stating that Powell was never his attorney. He also praised her for representing Michael Flynn, a retired U.S. Army lieutenant general and one-time national security advisor to Trump, despite the fake news reports to the contrary, and without even reaching out to ask the Trump campaign, Ms. Powell was not my attorney, and never was. In fact, she would have been conflicted. Ms. Powell did a valiant job of representing a very unfairly treated and governmentally abused General Mike Flynn, but to no avail, Trump added. Since both Powell and Chesebro pled guilty, many legal experts have pointed out what this could mean for Trump as the case against him continues. News now that Powell will plead guilty in Georgia. If she is cooperating, that could prove devastating for Trump. Joyce White Vance, a former U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Alabama, wrote in a post to X, formerly Twitter, on Thursday. While attorney Neil Katyal explained on Saturday that with these no-jail deals, Trump is on the receiving end of incredibly bad news, as these were his hand-picked lawyers who have now seemingly been flipped and will testify against him. This is incredibly bad news for Donald Trump and not news, Jonathan, that he can spin. These are his hand-picked MAGA, Make America Great Again, Kraken, whack job lawyers, Katyal said on MSNBC's The Saturday Show with Jonathan Capehart. In addition, former federal prosecutor Gene Rossi previously told Newsweek that the plea deal marks another bad day for the former president. Whenever two attorneys that are part of your legal team have pleaded guilty to criminal charges, that is never a good day. The two attorneys who have pleaded guilty could be very powerful witnesses against Donald Trump, Rudy Giuliani and the others charged, he said in a Friday phone interview. Time equals 400 ms. greater than Newsweek has reached out to Trump's campaign via email for further comment.